Hello everyone and welcome to a video of Underfitting Solutions. This is me Hasnan Haider from AI Sciences and let's start today's video. First of all, let's understand what is underfitting. Uh, we take help from the figure. Let's see, this orange line was the actual function and these points are the data points are given for the training purposes. So underfitting is when we are not able to learn the pattern of these points, which is actually this orange line, and we were only able to learn this straight blue line, which is not actually capturing the reality. So what is underfitting? Underfitting is when machine learning model is unable to learn patterns of the training data. How do we diagnose that underfitting situation has happened? The simple right hand rule is uh, results on the training data as well as on the testing data are very bad. It means when the model is not properly learned, it will perform bad equally on training data and testing data. For example, we had a model and we trained it. It gave 13.9% accuracy on training data and 27% accuracy on the testing data, which is both are closely to each other, and this is the situation of underfitting. Now let's see what would be the possible solutions. Here is the list of solutions which could be used to avoid underfitting or to recover a situation where we are in underfitting. The first of all is balance in bias and variance. I will explain in details all of them. We are just naming it here. More training data, increase training time, increase number of parameters, increase complexity of the model. These could be the possible solutions for underfitting. Let's see them one by one. First of all, balance in bias and variance. What is bias and what is variance? Uh, the bias is actually the difference between the prediction of the model and the underlying ground truth is the bias, and the variance is the variability of the model uh, for to give a prediction for a specific point. So a journal detect of underfitting is when the high bias and the low variance they lead towards underfitting. The blue curve is representing the bias here, and this green line representing the variance here. So the situation where bias is high, so this situation where the bias is high and the variance is low, we are in the situation of underfitting, and it is specifically the position where the model's complexity is very low. And opposite scenario where bias is low, this situation where the bias is low but the variance is high is the overfitting. So what do we need to overcome this situation of underfitting? We need a balance between bias and variance for a good fit. Means we need a situation, we need a model complexity such that it lies in this area where the bias and variance have some equilibrium, and it performs and it gives the lowest possible error during the learning curve. The second option could be the more training data. If we have less data and the machine learning model is very complex, then fitting is not possible. It is just simply like a real world example. If we have 5000 cc engine but we couldn't be able to provide enough fuel to the the engine for its smooth working, the vehicle couldn't work smoothly. So if the model is complex, we need enough data to train it. So if we are in an underfitting situation, so what could be a remedy to overcome the underfitting? We increase the data, increase the training time. Sometimes the situation is uh, we set the number of iterations to a very smaller number. If we have a complex model and we have a large data, so a model needs a proper time to learn on the data, so it could be able to capture the all patterns within the data. But if somehow due to some reasons we couldn't be able to provide it enough time to learn, the model couldn't be able to learn properly and it will be a situation of underfitting. So what is the remedy? The remedy is we increase the training time. We provide enough training time so that the model could be able to learn the training, to learn the patterns in the training data properly. Model needed more time to train, but we stopped training early due to some reasons. So we need more time to properly train and to avoid the underfitting situation. Increase the number of parameters. Here is an interesting feature. Uh, let's say we have 7 empty slots, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we could place 7 different things over here. But if we increase this capacity to the double, let's say these are the 14 empty slots, we could be able to put 14 different things on these positions. So more the number of parameters, more the features could be learned. So if we increase the number of parameters, the model would be able to store more information within them. So it is just like bigger the storage capacity, better the learning. So if we increase the number of parameters, we could be able to overcome the situation of underfitting. Increase complexity of the model. Sometimes it happens that as we saw in previous figure, we have enough complex model, but we couldn't have the enough training data. And the other situation was when we had a complex model and enough training data but less time, so we need to increase the time. Here is a situation where the training data is good but the model is not that much complex to train it properly. So if our data is complex enough, means our problem is complex and we couldn't be able to select the proper model for it. For example, we have a non-linear problem and somehow we picked a linear regression model to fit that training data. So this model is not able to learn such non-linear patterns. So we increase the model's complexity to overcome the situation. So what we need actually, we need model's complexity according to the problem. The problem's complexity defines how much complex or how much complicated model we could choose. We couldn't choose a complex model, complex model to a simple problem. It is not acceptable. And if the case is reverse, simple model but complex problem, It is also not acceptable. What we need complex model for complex problem, and we need simple model for simple problem. Now let's see code, Python code for underfitting to understand the solution of underfitting. So here we are on the Jupyter notebook, where we have an example of overfitting solutions by increasing the complexity of the model. So we first imported the important libraries we needed, and then we created a sample dataset with some randomness in it, and here is the plot of the problem. So dataset is here. What do we need? We need to fit this data with a polynomial, and we divide the data into training and testing sets. After that, we use the NumPy polyfit to fit a polynomial over the data. Here we have a function which we write to call this function and to display the results. So when we have a problem to fit this fit these data points from a curve, and we provide the model's complexity 1, means we could only fit such polynomials which have maximum degree 1. So with this simple model, we couldn't be able to fit this data set, and the simple model only tries to fit it with a single straight line, but it doesn't work. So what do we need? We need to increase the number of parameters, or we need to increase the model's complexity. So we shifted to polynomial degree 2. What we see here, this polynomial fit performs better than the previous one, but it is still not enough to capture the reality of our problem. Here with higher number of degree, we are much closer to the solution, but with a bit deviation. So we start on increasing the polynomial degree, and we see what happens. Here at the degree 4, we again fit the training data quite good, but it doesn't perform well on testing data. Here on polynomial degree 5, we fit the training data, and with a bit difference, we also capture the reality of testing data too. And here is the best case. For polynomial degree 6, we almost exactly fit the training and the testing data. But what happens after? If we keep on increasing the power of the model, we keep on increasing the complexity and number of parameters of the model, it starts overfitting. And we can see a few examples here. It fits the training data so good, but it performs very bad on testing data. So here is the root mean square plot of training and testing datasets. For training, it keeps on decreasing, but after a specific point, the testing error starts increasing and keeps on going due to overfitting. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe our channel, like a video, and share this content with your fellows. And you can visit us on these platforms shown on the screen. Thank you. Hope to see you next time.